You have the 8 ports right here. Stainless steel and metal. We're gonna actually showcase the attachments. That's the first attachment, you get second attachment. Hello everyone, All Things Reviews, and today we're back again with a brand new video. So let's set the scene out, finish the context. Imagine you just got a brand new garage, or you got a bunch of new assortments of stuff like that. You got some power tools, you got some drills, you got some bits, etc, etc, and you need a place. You know, the pegboard doesn't do it, the garage is kind of empty, you just got the place, so you need a little handy helper. This is where this power tool organizer would come in and kind of save the day. So with this power tool organizer, you not only get the USB ports as so that are standard and built in. Actually, you get hooks right there, double layer structure, extra portable stand, side stand for holding, and much more. So what we're actually going to be doing, we're going to be unboxing everything, and on top of it showing you an installation video. So within this installation video, you're actually going to see how everything looks like piece by piece, and then assemble it, and then kind of show you the pros and cons, and lastly kind of recommend if this is something you should get or not. So with that being said, let's open everything up and show you what you would be getting. And on a side note, just before we start, weighs about in total everything like 5 to 7 pounds, so it comes in quite a hefty box. And opening up the first thing, you actually do get the power charging station, specifically designed for this organizer, which is typo, but whatever. You can see it has metal 8 outlets, power strips, 125 volt with 1200 joules surge protector, 6'14" AWG power cord, efficient power management, ultra wide power strip, and once you open it, voila, we will talk about this. There are interesting things to note. You have the 8 ports right here, stainless steel and metal. As you can see, bits on both ends actually to ensure everything. Putting it to the side, bits on both ends, power cord, braided cable. You get 4 to 6 feet of length like it's stated. Red on off power charging station, specifically designed for this case. And you get out in the back a couple of warning labels, pretty standard stuff. On off reset. Next piece of business conducted, instruction manual. We'll get to that later. Panel, everything in bubble wrap, of course, so we're gonna do it like this and show it off. Put it right there. Another side panel, same structure as the last one, in that addictive bubble wrap feeling. You can see another one goes on the side. Another side panel like so. You get this nice red cover, and we'll talk about later everything, but just for now, piece right there. And last but not least, a couple of drill bits, screws, ties, ends, and as you can see, warranties about. Taking the box and everything out of it, this is all you get for the actual physical assembly. Now let's go step by step. So step 1, simple one, you're going to want to take your manual. Actually, make sure you have 2 side plates, 2 hanging shelves, 2 mesh plates, 1 bottom for expansions, 4 shooks, wrench and screws. If in any case you don't, it will help you out. So install the charging station on 2 side plates, aiming the holes, charging station with the holes respective inside of the screw, and you have more like this. So let's get to the first step and then do step by step. What I do want to say is if you end up purchasing two, you can kind of do this right there, and this is for the wall portion, but we're not going to do that right now. We're just installing this. First step, you're going to want to get your two side plates and position it as so. So the front side is going to be here, back side here. You're going to be able to tell through this indentation. This indentation coincides with the next step, step 2. As you can see, this has two holes right there. You're going to want to match it with the holes until you get an alignment. So what that looks like is like so. The two holes will align with the side plate. Pretty simple first step. You're going to want to find your two red panels that align with each other. What you're going to tell is the triangle side like this, that spike, is the front, while the other is in the back. Now you don't have to do much more, but just find what part is flat, find a side that works, because one's left and one's right sided, and this works perfectly. So that is step 1. Gonna have that out here like so. First step that we're gonna do, grab the two red side panels. Where they coincide, you're gonna want to align this right here. Triangle forward facing. Triangle forward facing. How do you know this is a left and a right side panel? Well, if you try it the opposite way, it doesn't make sense. This naturally makes the most inclinational sense. Little information. Power strip right there. Both mesh. Side piece attachments. We'll get into that later though, but that's the first step. Second step, you're gonna need the right tool. So in it, there's actually a little biggie bag, which you get two hardware tools right here, drill it in, and a wrench. This coincides with the pieces that you actually connect. And you get multiple of those. 4 of these screws right here coincide with screwing on the back and actual nuts. Put it in place. That's it for the first step. Let's move on to second step. Step 2, you're gonna want to take the power strip, go it left to right. On the left side, it's gonna be where this reset off switch is. On the right side right here, nothing else. 8 of them right here. These holes coincide with the side panel. So what we're gonna do is take it, flip it over on this side, actually put the panel on, put it over the wire, and now take the screw and screw it in place, rinse and repeat for step 2. Pro tip, actually, while you're doing this, you're going to want to hold it this way facing down, so you let gravity do the work and you just screw it into place. And the goal isn't to screw it really into place, you just want to have it hold still, essentially. Same thing on the other end, and I'll finish this up and go on the other end. On the second side, flip it over, do the same thing, hold it into place. It's very critical that in this beginning stage you get it right, and this is kind of why you don't want to screw it in place, because you want that extra bit of wiggle room as of right now. Sometimes if it's easier, you can just manually, like so, screw it into place. And just do it however you feel you have the tool. And that's pretty much it for the first and now the second step. So let's proceed on to the third step. Step number 3. You're gonna want to take 2 mesh pieces. Now, they might look identical and whatnot, but only difference is one has the logo of the brand, the other one doesn't. And it doesn't necessarily matter which one you want to put first, which one's second. However, the orientation for the top one, you're gonna want to do it this way, because if you do it this way, it is not gonna fit and you're gonna have a hard time dealing with it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring it back out for step 3 and align it with the holes. You can see hole right there, hole underneath, hole right there, hole underneath. Gonna screw it into place. Let's do it for one, and then for the second one I'm just gonna do it and show you the product, and I'll continue with and finalize step 3. All right, got it into position. Same thing, just screw it on one end very loose. You just want to kind of have it so it's just holding into place, and it's all you're aiming for. So let's finish up with that, and then let's actually just flip it over and move on to the second part. So as you can see, it's screwed on. Second part of the process, and I'm gonna come back with step 4. All right, coming along nicely. So as you can see by the third step, this is what your product should start to look like. Now let's move on to step number 4. Now for step number 4, you're gonna want to tilt this over to the side. We introduce this piece. This piece is very important. It's gonna go at the bottom, and it's gonna go in this orientation. Make sure it is not the opposite. You want these lips to actually be pointing upwards in that wave motion. So bringing this back, the easiest way I know about is on the inside here, how you can kind of see the 2 lips. Taking it and sliding it over until both ends match right here, in which case it's the same similar thing. You take the screws, hold it over, and then flip and reverse. So let me do that right now because you already know the process, and we'll get back with step number 5. And voila, just like that, step 5 has been completed. Now you can see on both ends you have pretty much almost everything assembled. Rack at the bottom to hold, in the middle, and on the top here where you actually put your batteries and everything like that, with this mesh that holds everything in place. But we're not just done yet. We're gonna go on to step 6. We're gonna actually showcase the attachments. That's the first attachment, you get second attachment. Now what you're gonna notice is on the back there's no drill or anything like that, so you might wonder how you actually put it on. Well, as you can see, there's 2 hooks here, 2 hooks on the other one. What you're gonna wanna do is with this wrench or something, take these hooks, press it down, expose it to open it up. Now it is going to latch. And now where's it gonna latch onto? Well, you can see right here, there's a 5x5 on both ends. You're just gonna want to take that latch, put it down, and that's pretty much it. So very simple design, and you can kind of pretty much customize this. So what I mean by that is pretty simple. If you just want everything on one side, then you can take it, flip it over, make sure these hooks will touch. You can have everything on one side. If you just want maybe this on one side, this on the other, take it, latch it on just like that. You want this at the bottom now, take it, latch it on just like that. So pretty simple. And then once you actually have it on, it holds. Like it, even if you put pressure on it, it ain't going nowhere. You want this at the top, this, you can customize it. So this works if you get 2 pieces actually side by side. You're not going to have that flexibility, but you will at the same time. So it really just depends. So that's pretty much it for the 6th part of the actual assembly. Now all that's remaining is you want to drill it onto a wall. How that would work is you're going to need a drill bit for that. You're definitely not going to be able to do it with just the pieces that you get. But as far as for drilling, and we will get into that, you're gonna want to take the drill and then drill it like that. Take it up, drill it like that. So this is from the wall's perspective what you're going to be looking at, and then it's going to latch on to place with these yellow pins, and that reinforce it. So ideally you want to find a stud or something like that and have it up like that, drill it, and voila, it's installed on the wall and ready to go with the power cord. So another cool customizable feature is these hooks. You get 4 of these hooks in a separate package. The way it works is you can, on one side or the other, take it, hook it down, and put it like that. So it doesn't matter, you can put whatever range you want, but that's kind of the way I'm going to organize it here. So for this review and demonstration of actually installing it on the wall, we're outside. We're gonna be installing it on this board right here and kind of just showing you what that looks like. So once you have it installed, this is actually what it would look like when it is fully standing up, essentially. As you can see, quite a nice bit of range. I did it just outside here for the product demonstration video, but you just want to, oh goodness, find where the holes are, drill it in. Once it's held, it's pretty much good to go, and that is all what it looks like, and that is the 7th or 8th step basically. So kind of in conclusion, let's talk about the good and the bad. So the good thing is it definitely comes with a lot of different pieces. I mean, you get your hooks, you get attachments, you get kind of everything you could kind of think about. Pieces for drill bits, actual wires and stuff like that. You get these nice hooks on the side that you can use for whatever purpose. Attachments galore. The installation process was relatively easy. The manual and warranty definitely help. I mean, you not only get the emails actually support, but you get kind of everything that you need. Tiered shelf, you can kind of, as you can see, really customize it and make it modular. It works with multiple different pieces actually, and it's very durable and versatile. So I would definitely give it a lot of points for that. As far as kind of negative pieces, the installation process is not complete easiest because you have to put this on the bottom. If you don't, this is gonna interlap. The hardest part of the whole connection process is actually these strips right here and making them fit. You have a difficulty with that. This piece down here is relatively easy, although I had one that was kind of tight that I had to tighten a little bit harder. So that would definitely give it some knockoff points. You do get bubble wrap, however I will tell you that the metal is not like heavy or thick. It is made kind of in a budget friendly option, so scratches are kind of inevitable, even though I had bubble wrapped packaging, which I do appreciate, but I just have to, you know, be transparent here. You can fit quite a lot of tools as well, and it comes in many different colors. You know, I happen to get red, but they have blue, yellow, so they have a multitude of colors that fit your options. A lot of installation process. The actual instruction manual that you get, I know we didn't necessarily touch on it too much, but it is kind of all over the place. It's why it's easier if I explained and showed you in that process. This is what it looks like to actually put the drill bits, and you get everything kind of put in a way that makes sense. So overall, I would have to give this product a 8.5 out of 10. I would definitely recommend it if you need something for your garage, like we were talking about previous, to kind of fit the space, and you need something that starts off that has a good amount of space but isn't incredibly big and is on the friendlier side of the budget. So this is the Nokhba Power Tool Organizer. Z or an S, I guess it doesn't matter at this point. All things reviews. Until next week, bye bye.